introduction of some kind of it just starts off. I'll look at that one, you look at that one.
Right. I can't even see that one.
And for those who don't know what we're doing, it's a commentary of the season 3 finale.
If you can say that.
Yeah, probably just ramblings.
That's what we do. The episode plays in the background and we ramble about things and people find it entertaining. I don't know why.
Bananas.
Peanut butter. Okay. Let's do it. This is so awkward.
There we go. Luxurious sky window.
Oh god. So we should say, obviously, we are open.
I can make it
It's loud, isn't it?
Alright, so
Okay.
I think as soon as this episode started on TV, I was a little bit cringe because I'm not the greatest enthusiast of
Songs.
Yeah, of musical episodes. It's not that I hate them. I'm just not that very enthused by them. It's like it starts like. Not to say that I hate the episode, just the sort of starts and you're like. They've got like the little what's it called the themes of musicals, like when they're dancing and whatnot, and I do like how they throw those in, but it's like the just dancing on the table and whatnot.
Otherwise, it's a song.
Yeah. Oh snap.
You're watching this one now.
Yeah, because it's easier, because I'm angled this way, so.
I'm angled that way.
Oh. And now we've got the intro, so there's
Everyone's going to have to sing, I think.
got nothing else to do.
No. That's it.
That's too much of one.
Louder! Boy, that was horrible.
Because we were trying.
Courtesy clap.
So, we haven't seen it yet, but I do find it strange because with the cutie marks, they've never explicitly said that it's like for the destinies of the players. They just sort of said, oh, they're special talent, it represents what they do. They've never said like, what they do is what they are destined to do for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
So, it's a little bit strange. And with Rarity's cutie mark, it's diamonds, because she, like her special talent is like gem excavation. And so I find it strange how they change it to Applejack, so she's fixing dresses, and it's like, shouldn't she be out in the mine finding diamonds somewhere?
I don't know. So, yeah, suddenly, if you have a cutie mark, that's what you're good at. If you have a cutie mark about juggling, you can juggle anything. That's why we don't have cutie marks of us talking, because we're horrible at it.
Yes. So I've got the next song. I think this one is probably one of my favorites, along with the True True Friend one when they're all saving each other from the team up powers.
I don't know, there's nothing wrong with songs. I just think it's too many. I was a kid.
It's sort of like, because the season was half the length, but they still paid Daniel Ingram for the same amount of song work for one season.
Just cram it in.
So just put 7 of them in one episode, it'll be fine. And then everyone saw Vinyl Scratch standing there, and they're like, oh snap, Vinyl Scratch, never seen her before.
They're just making big fuss of her, as they do.
I do like how, just because she's not partying, she's got the straight hair again. And people always associate the straight hair with Pinkamena Diane High. Probably won't go too much into detail with that.
No, it's a family show today.
Which makes this extremely difficult for us.
I know, we are horrible at being family friendly. You're not, but I'm just incredibly vulgar. It's my personality.
So just here, I find it strange how she's making dresses when her cutie mark is for finding diamonds and whatnot.
I suppose because they put gems on dresses now, don't they?
Yeah, but that's how, like,
In this.
that's the lesson is that her talent is finding gems, but she utilizes it in a way that lets her keep doing the thing that she likes, which is making dresses.
Yes. I don't know how to...
Good job.
Don't know how to continue from that. Silence.
It's because they're all just in little spotlights. I like the theme here. They've got the cutie marks in the background and they all pop up in front of them. Her.
And now, of course, we didn't actually see
We're right back after the ad break.
Suddenly, we all just knew.
Like, I know that a lot of the points that I'm bringing up aren't really syncing up with the flashback. I feel the episode probably would have started off a bit stronger if this was what happened before the theme song, rather than the song and then it has a flashback for no reason.
It's like, hey, people are confused, let's put this in.
I feel it would have been better if the flashback was at the beginning of the episode and not actually a flashback, because it's just it starts and then the episode goes along. But of course, I'm not a writer on the show, so I'm saying.
You could be, you could apply.
Yes, I would write the word bananas, and they would be like, you're hired.
So I have not written anything, but I am keen to learn, and then you'll be hired with the new law enforcement.
I like how apparently just changing the colours on the elements of harmony is enough to actually change the elements themselves. Like you paint on the elements of pink, and it's like, well, that's kindness now.
Which I wish everything was that you can change a colour, and then everything is. People are singing.
They're doing their own panel over there.
That's right. Most people are insane.
I like how everything is flash animated except the book, which is 3D animated. Just sitting there. Oh, and now it's flash animated.
Yeah, it looks so out of place though at times.
I'm like, we're about to go into the really sad song.
Where's the tissues?
There we go. Nice little piano playing.
Sad. He's sad, I don't care.
I remember, apparently Daniel Lynn actually wrote and has like a longer version of this song out, and it's probably on YouTube somewhere. I haven't seen it myself. But it's just cool that they've got like a extended version of a song that lasts like half a minute. Well, not longer than that, but... just because no one is being cheered up by Pinky with laughter or anything like that, they're all just like, dang it, gotta close our windows because we're angry. So what angry people do is just not go outside.
No, not at all.
Everyone's turned into a hermit.
And there's a ghost floating around.
Does it look happy enough?
I don't have a great time there, because I get to yell at things.
They're just the stock statue in the middle of town.
Everything's still raining.
I just like the little plaque of the two horseshoes above her bed. Just like, look, I've hung my baby horse feet.
The actual horse, so what, they chop them off?
Yes. You just chop off their feet and hang them on the wall. That's
what happened to me. I had to get a homeless person.
So are these made of wood then? And see, this is sort of an example of how rushed the episode is how they have this big thing to put up with, oh, I'm sad, like everything's going wrong, and then suddenly, now I'm happy, I'm going to solve things. Magic lights, it's all good.
So, yeah, that's it. It's like, if it was a two-party, yes.
Yeah, it's, to be fair, it's strange, because you watch an episode live, and it's like suddenly, you watch it on stream, and I think it's the ads, it makes the episodes feel much shorter than they actually are. Because I watched this later, and I was like, oh, this is, like, it's still rushed, but not nearly as much as I thought it was initially. Yeah. So it's just this weird effect that comes with advertising and all of it.
So surely that can't be safe, carrying around the element of harmony in a box. Is it really
Someone
precious?
knocks into her and they fall in the mud.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't carry around the crown jewels in a box in the middle of the street, would you?
Not even a padlock or anything on it.
No, just, yeah, carry it around. You can take it if you want, but we trust you. I suppose there's no real crime if anybody is there.
I was about to say, I like how Fluttershy's taking the hot air balloon out of Rainbow. I'm like, wait, no, she's going back to Cloudsdale. What else is she going to take?
She has wings.
She hates using them, apparently. They go to find a dragon and they lock up. I like how they're turning her into a student because that's how bad she is at taking care of it. But really, she's letting them run free if they want. Should they lock her? It's like substitute teachers. You love substitute teachers because they just come in and say, right, sit at your desk for half an hour and do whatever you want.
Do this worksheet. I'm not going to grade it, just do it.
Like, I'm just going to go outside and read.
That's why I could be a teacher. I don't have any authority. I just say, do the sheet.
The weird thing is that they changed the cutie marks in this situation. It changes just the destiny and not the talent of themselves. So Fluttershy is still going to take care of animals. It's just that she's been brainwiped to think oh, I'm not good at taking care of animals, I'm good at cheering people up. And so, but then with like the cutie pops, it's like, oh, I've got this cutie mark on me, and now I have that talent. And I'm like, because it's a sickness, I'm forced to do this talent forever.
Forever, yes.
So I just find it strange how the rules of cutie marks have just suddenly changed.
For no apparent reason. It's all just... Hinted.
Yay, hammy writing. Like you just put on some jewelry in the morning, write this.
What would yours be, then, do you think? What are you meant to do?
I am meant to not wake up in the morning.
Just with a pillow.
Or just, yeah, I just fall asleep.
You are meant to sleep.
And here comes the True Friend song. Goes on for like 3 minutes, so I don't know what we're going to be talking about.
No, everyone else will just have to sing. If you know the lyrics, if you want to, sing along because
I don't know
any lyrics.
I think that's the chorus, that's it.
Go on then.
Well, it's not going the chorus right now, is it?
We'll sing the chorus now anyway.
True friends. I like how they space it out. Like, instead of it just being two of them who get their little verses and that's it, they all get their own section of the song to all enjoy it. I guess that's why people feel that the episode is rushed now, is because a lot of it is taken up with the songs. So if there was less music in the episode, well, not music in general, but like
more things are actually happening.
Yeah, actual like plot development rather than like, oh, we'll fill in 3 minutes with just this one event of them going around solving all the problems.
It's just like real police officers. It happens in a few minutes.
Just police officers come in and like, oh, hey, we're going to go and arrest all the drunk people. It's the song.
Okay. I just imagine police officers, really big gruff ones, and doing ballet or something because they're singing along and having a great time.
In leotards.
And leotards, just because even that's up to a ballet. I don't know. Let's concentrate on the song. People aren't singing loudly.
Well, we can't expect them to. I mean,
well, we can.
We're meant to be the ones entertaining them, not the other way around. We're not meant to be going, dance, monkeys!
Of course, they're still not.
I like this. No.
I couldn't design anything. Can you imagine me as an engineer, though?
Just like get underneath the car and like, well, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, just kind of bang things with a hammer. Say, look, it's a nut. The bolt's on it.
So bolt all of these nails down with our screwdrivers.
Yes. Be an engineer. I mean, can you imagine what I did? If I was an engineer, what engineering things I would actually engineer? With an engineering things.
I don't know. This has gone so far on the topic of engineering.
I mean, since when are we actually on topic?
Never really. But
exactly.
People here are probably expecting us to be somewhat on topic because they have no idea what we do.
No. I mean, yeah, we just ran.
Like how Pink Pie gets to just ride Applejack in town because apparently she can't walk.
Why?
Lazy.
She's tired. Oh dear.
They're too busy walking around the farm all day.
So, horse. You're a horse.
Okay.
Go and walk off.
Yeah, we get like a little...
You're getting involved.
Smile.
That's what we like.
Smile, fallback with the whole town joining in. When in real life, it's just like 6 people start walking down the street and going, shut up! Go away!
Would be, I mean, yeah, people aren't this happy in real life. Everyone's miserable.
This show is a lie.
The show about brightly coloured ponies, it's not real.
And so this is like going on with the very rushed feeling of the episode. It's like, oh, they spent 3 minutes just doing this one thing, having all the Mickey return, and it's like, oh, well, we're just going to go and fix that spell immediately with no lead up to it.
Just let let's do that. And more sequels.
Still, I remember when the season 3, episode 1, and episode 2, they had the Star Spell to be a book, Luna was holding it up, and it was like, oh my god, she's holding a book. That's going to be significant. Oh god.
It's simply,
So she's just reading, and she's bored.
And then, of course,
I remember just episode airs, this cuts straight to an ad break, and everyone's like, oh oh god, Twilight's dead!
That'd be one way to end the
She comes back and it's a funeral.
That'd be the best way to end it. She's in heaven right now.
Purgatory.
Yeah.
I'm just in the void. Actually, I do think, I did say I like the other two ones more, but I do really like Celestia's songs. Because, not just because it's Celestia singing for the first time, but because it is actually a very nice singing voice. Celestia just goes, you did very well, I'm proud of you.
Don't do that. Don't. Everybody sing along again if you want.
Now, this one I really don't know the words to. Just throw the mics down on the stage, that's enough.
Just leave.
Remember the image macros. Celestia has all the episodes.
Check out the DVDs.
Which you can buy at the merch booth over there.
Well, over there you can buy pillows with the mascots on.
Well, you think you can, we don't know if they've all sold out at this point.
You could. Earlier today, that's useful information.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah. Once upon a time, you could buy those.
It's turned into a clip show now.
I'd say, I'm surprised they didn't actually do a clip show episode.
I love like the Clerks clip show episode where it's like literally the second episode of the show, so they just do clips of things that haven't even happened. It'd be funny if, that's what I love when they do clip shows that aren't like strict clip shows. They make them fun of themselves. Of course, this is the clip show episode.
Isn't it?
No.
I thought this has all happened before.
Well, we have seen this before, so technically, yes.
So it is a clip. If you've seen it before,
It's a clip show to us and to the audience who has seen the episode before, but it's not a clip show to people who haven't seen the
Nobody's
episode.
seeing it, they're not watching.
They've all left. The whole audience is facing the other way.
They've just left.
And here comes the infamous appearance of the wings upon the background colony that we all know and love.
And everyone says, so therefore, I must ask, to be actually serious, what is your opinion on you, Alicorn?
I think at first I was like, I don't know, my favorite pony, suddenly getting wings, feeling a little bit unsure about this. But then over time you just sort of go, whatever.
You don't care anymore.
Like, I'm sure it will work out in season 4. They're not just going to have her off, and they're going to have Pipsqueak be the new main 6th member.
Diamond tiaras.
Oh god.
No Power Rangers.
I think the thing that did put me off about this whole, like everything that's happening right now, is just how well they take it. Like they just go, oh well, you have wings. I guess that's just a thing that's happened now.
And they just don't care. Oh well, this happens a lot, you know.
Like if you just suddenly had a second pair of arms, I would be like, oh sweet, now you can carry extra stuff. I'd be like, oh god, you have extra arms. What's wrong with you?
You wouldn't just kind of mess. Oh well, it's happened.
With her, Twilight gets rings, and then Rainbow Dash just comes up and goes, oh sweet, now I've got another flying body. It's like, there's no concerns of whether or not these wings are just like made of plastic or something.
She could just be horribly mutated. She could have gone near a radioactive dump site. She's just sprouting wings.
She's like this scrunched up zipper. Galaxy Ball's just...
So, it's just one wing shorter than the other, so she kind of flies around in circles.
Twirls everywhere. And I guess the other thing that was a little bit off-putting was just the way Twilight herself handles the whole thing. Because I share the opinions of someone who I follow on Tumblr who does amazing art. His general opinion is he thinks Twilight should have reacted a bit dorkier in the whole Princess Coronation and everything. So like she goes up to the balcony and turns out to all the people watching and just goes, yay, I'm a princess now, what do I do? Whereas instead she handles it like
knows what she's been expecting this.
she has a speech on hand to tell everyone. It just felt a little bit too perfect.
But, you know, I have a speech on hand if I ever win an Oscar, so...
Luna's outfit, just not at all appealing to the eye. Or Twilight's really, it's kind of like pink and purple and
You can do better than that, guys.
and all the... It's like Surprise cloned herself and now she's straightened her hair out to look like Fluttershy, now it's just sticks to them.
They are Fluttershy.
She found a reflective full thing.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
There's just going to be pools of animals everywhere.
Imagine if a bunny just, like that's why bunnies are known to breed a lot. Not because of just natural, like that's what they do, it's because they all found the reflective pool, so they always fall in.
In every rabbit hole, they make their own reflective pool. Wow.
Wow. They just, because they have little rabbit pockets to take the reflective pool water. It used to be much higher.
It's just now a reflective puddle.
Now, yeah, it's a reflective puddle. See this, I just find Stone Touch Part, it's like, well, I'm giving a speech, it's all very handled well.
She's very good at making stuff up.
I would have liked, she's like, okay, let me just get out my guide to princesshood.
It's like, oh, this is so unexpected. Is that a scrunched up piece of paper? That's awesome. Okay.
To-do list, find eggs. Oh wait, what list?
Eggs, milk, nappies.
This is not what we needed, baby dead. Oh yeah, and Derby pops up in the background if you didn't notice her. There'll be another moment where she pops up. She pops up like 4 times in this episode.
She's everywhere. She can now travel through time.
It's just, so many people are like, oh, Derby's gone now. It's like, she's right there.
Everybody scream if you see her.
Yeah, when Derby pops up during the final song, I want you all to scream really loudly, but not too loud. I don't want to go deaf.
I want you to scream really loudly, but not too loudly. Just really loudly, but not too loud.
So loud, it's not that loud. The way she's just like, well, so you wave like that, don't you? It's like when, I think, oh, here we go. Derby. That was a great turnout. Just like one person, yeah! You see a couple of different people in the background like brain punch and doctors and whatnot.
We could be paying attention to the song, but no.
Well, it's just a recap of the first song.
I don't care, we could be.
I do like this. This line here, which is everything's going to be just fine. I feel like I'll be very proud if that is like foreshadowing for next season, where everything isn't fine. It's like this, the 2-parter for season 4. She's like trying to get into princesshood and all of the royal duties, and she's like, what do I do? Nothing's working out. I'm going to go back to PonyCon now.
That's the end of season 4. It takes 26 episodes for her to go, I'm going to go there. No, I'm not. Is this Dragon Ball Z all of a sudden?
Yeah, it takes 26 episodes to charge the Spirit Bomb.
Also Hasbro.
Yes.
Welcome back to PonyCon AU 13, 30, 30, 20, 30, 34, 12, 8, 6.
So that was the commentary.
If you can call it that.
Yes, it was more of just a... Probably should have said that in the mic, Colin.
You're very good at this microphone thing.
Yes. So, does anyone have any questions that they want to ask? Those of you who said, why aren't you funny? Very good question. Because we're doing this live on stage, it's kind of a nervous build-up.
That we're not funny most of the time.
That too, yeah. It's not so much about being funny as it is just trying to say whatever comes to your mind.
Right,
yeah. Who's best pony? For me, Twilight.
Because I'm a very boring person, I'll just say Applejack. I can't afford to sit here for 20 minutes going...
If we have to split it up for main and background, Lyra is probably my favorite background now. Do you have a favorite background?
Favorite background, let's just say Big Mac.
Yes, he's a background pony.
I don't care. He's in the background sometimes, therefore in the background. Yes, that fella there.
Sorry? Why are there any assassins?
Sorry, Joseph, I had to move it.
It would be a good start to a kid show. It has somebody being shanked in the back.
There are spy ponies, like piggyback on the Splinter Cell goggles and whatnot, so there is espionage at the very least, but death doesn't seem to be a thing that they discuss very often.
I have an M-rated episode where everyone dies horribly. There you go.
Yep.
We have some sadist in the audience.
Do we like bananas? No, actually. I'm not too fond of bananas.
No, not really.
What made us start watching My Little Pony? It's a very uninteresting adventure.
It is. It was mainly just, we heard it's popular, let's give it a go.
It was sort of, I saw people on image boards, not image boards, forums and whatnot, with avatar pictures as different ponies, like Applejack and whatnot. I was like, it's very weird. I don't know what these are for, but they intrigue me. And then, for one reason or another, you found out about My Little Pony. You didn't start watching it yet, and we were like, well, people say it's good. I guess it must be good.
Let's watch it together.
And so then you watched an episode, and you were like, oh my god, it's actually that good. Show it to me. And I'm like, oh my god, it's actually that good. And so then,
we just decided to cash in on it.
Yeah. We make so much money from this.
I know. So much money that we live in cardboard boxes in an alleyway behind a Chinese restaurant.
Yep. Have we played Band of Equestria? Band from Equestria? No, I can't say I've heard of it.
No.
So don't find out about it. Okay.
Right.
So
okay.
It's a little bit
I won't write that down. Excellent.
I'm assuming it follows the same lines of what was the fan episode? Dusk's Dawn. I'm assuming it follows that somewhat. Oh, okay. It's Rule 34. Never mind.
Oh, dearie me.
Yep. Yep. I haven't read too many question was, have we read fan fiction, and if so, what's our favorite? I haven't read too many, but from the very few that I have read, probably My Little Dashie. I think I love the Rainbow Dash Presents interpretation of it a little bit more, just because it takes the themes and sort of puts them in a more realistic interpretation of like, you have a pony in your house for years on end, it's not going to be pretty.
Sweet Apple Massacre.
Yes. Well, I do remember, because I went on a long stint of not reading fan fiction, because there's no time to read all of that. And then I was like, I'm going to read some fan fiction, because I've got nothing else to do. What's this one? My Little Dashie. Open it up. Oh, this will be interesting. Get to the end of it. Well, I'm not reading fan fiction ever again. I don't want to be that sad.
There's tissues everywhere.
Yep. Yeah, that'll be fine. First question, have we read Fallout Equestria?
Some of it.
No.
Why not?
Too long. I cannot be bothered. It's maybe one day I'll slowly make my way through it, but I have not found the time thus far.
I think at about chapter 10-ish.
So 10 hours so far.
About. It's just sitting there going like, ah.
And second question? Octavia or Vinyl Scratch?
Oh, I'm gonna die. I know it.
Let's just say all the music ponies.
Let's be popular to everybody.
Lyra. For serious though, probably Vinyl Scratch. Though I do like Octavia's design more.
In terms of what? Just design or what they do?
Both.
Exactly.
Your choice.
Well, that's not helpful, is it? We'll say Octavia just to please you.
Yep. So can you... Sorry, can you speak up? It's Twilight or...
We're deaf.
Yeah. Did our opinion of Hasbro lower after the whole Alicorn Princess thing came about?
No.
Not really, because all in all, My Little Pony is advertising for children's toys. We all know this. So really, there's going to be some executive meddling. Like, there wasn't in the beginning, or there was very little. From what I understand, Lauren Faust just sort of got her hands on the show, and Hasbro was like, you can do whatever you want, it just has to have ponies in it. And then by the time season 2 came around, they're like, oh, well, we've got this Princess Cadence character. And so I think, from what I understand, the thought process was, we've got Princess Cadence, like we need another princess, sell all the princesses. No one bought Princess Cadence, or very little people bought Princess Cadence. And so they were like, she's a new character, no one really likes her that much, so let's take a character everyone already knows and loves, and just make them a princess. That'll sell.
Perfect. So that's expert marketing. It's like advertising Foxtel on Foxtel.
So I can see why they did it. I'm not too fond of the decision, but like I can't do anything about it. So
yeah. So why do we care?
Yeah.
Let's have that fella there again.
Yep.
person.
What's our opinion on Equestria Girls?
If it sucks, it sucks. If
Pretty
it
much
doesn't, it doesn't.
Just sit and wait for it to air, and then if it's good, whoop-de-doo. If it's not, you can ignore it because it's a spin-off. It's not going to tangle in with the main show, so it's...
Unless they cancel the original show for that, in which case...
If the ratings
No.
of Equestria Girls just shoot up and My Little Pony goes down, it's like, oh, okay. Yep. What's our say on season 4? Do we think it's going to be the last one because of Alicorn, or do we think it's going to keep going on, so forth? I think it's going to keep going on just because the show's obviously massively popular. And I feel like a lot of people have said this to me, that season 3 felt like it was meant to be the series finale with Twilight Sparkle. It just ends like, oh, I'm a princess, it's all good. But then they were like, oh, here's another... I just heard someone say, what about the Cutie Mark Crusaders? Good point.
Bugger them.
But yeah, I think they're going to do more than just season 4 and then just stop. I think because it's really popular, make more money, even if the show suddenly starts getting really horrible.
You think you're still going to make a lot of money off anything? They could remove everybody, make a massive nuclear explosion, everyone starts again, and it'll still sell. So why would they? That's a very boring answer. Next.
Yeah. Any other questions?
No.
Yep.
Yes.
How do we feel about Rarity representing her element of generosity? Yeah.
Rubbish.
Yeah, it's sort of, when Spike, what is it called? Just for Sidekicks, when Rarity gives him the smallest red gem, it's like, so, like, not at all the element of generosity in terms of how big the gem is. But in the end, it buys an industrial-sized hairdryer. So, like, maybe it was the most valuable despite the size. So it's really hard to tell. Overall, she's kind of... She makes dresses for her friends free of charge. So it's in the middle.
I suppose I can just... And then if that little gem that big buys a massive hairdryer, how much would one of her dresses actually cost?
With like all of those just peppered all over it.
Yeah. I mean, it comes with a free aircraft carrier. And things like that. Just, okay.
That's the end of that one. Yep. What's our say on the Wonderbolt Academy episode? I feel I would have liked it better if Rainbow Dash just sort of left and the whole moral was of the episode was sometimes there are just like corrupt organizations or something like that.
Instead of everything happy to be happy, jolly, happy, fun.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, they can't do that because it's a little kids show and it has to be good messages. But then sometimes, you know, there was I can't remember who said it, but there was someone who said like there's shows about big cuddly bears and lions and stuff like that, and that's teaching kids to go into zoos and hug lions and bears. It's like...
I would.
You know, you have to have some of the negative morals thrown in there. So... What's up? You have to do a suplex on bears.
Good advice, thanks.
Yep.
If I'm ever stranded in a cage with a bear, I'll do a suplex.
Yep. Where were the royal guards when the changelings arrived? Probably all in the change rooms.
Yeah.
Just all
The armor's
conveniently.
so hard to get on.
They spent because they don't have hands. So
Yeah, they don't have opposable thumbs, so they're just kind of fumbling about trying to get it on their head.
Yep. So yeah. What's our favorite music from the show? Probably either Smile, Smile, Smile or Babseed.
Why Babseed?
It's just so catchy. Like
It is, actually.
It's a repetitive riff, like one that everyone uses, but that doesn't keep it from being a catchy song.
Maybe I'm just biased.
Because you don't like the Cutie Mark Crusaders, so
I don't not like them. I just...
don't tolerate them.
Yeah, strongly. Hate them with a passion. Okay.
Yep. If we could write an episode, what would it be like?
Boring.
Yeah. Again, as I've said, I'd just write the word bananas and be done with my day.
it wouldn't really be written. We'd sit there saying, you have a week to write this episode.
It would be like this commentary. We just sort of sit down and nothing interesting happens.
And then there's a moral. Everyone's happy. Nothing happens. And then if you look really closely, there's death and famine and everything else to teach the kids. Yeah.
It would be like .mov. Yep.
That'll go down well.
Do you want some ponytails? If you're giving them out, yeah.
Everyone's just like, give me some.
Someone else just goes to steal them.
Someone's just running over, just like, give me.
He's coming over with them.
Did you get a sticker?
What was the sticker?
You
Twilight
can keep
Spark
it.
in the library. So here's your fruit tail.
I think that's about it. Are you saying we're done?
So, all right, yeah. So we've run out of time. Hope you enjoyed any of that. And hope you enjoy the rest of the convention.
Hooray!
Okie dokie, how was that? One more round of applause for the BronyComms guys. Give it up. Oh, that was fun. That was real. That was actually fun.